I know the story. You walk into a store and find that they are selling buckets of cat crap for $2 off. Now, having a friend who was always looking to grow his supply of feline feces, and hey, I'm not a hater, I'm not here to judge a friend, but you send him a text informing him of his good fortune. Hey, Clyde, just a heads up, but Radio Shack right now is running a sale on kitty poop. And send. And crickets. Now, unless your text somehow wound up in Rod Serling's mailbox, that means your friend received your text but didn't bother to reply. Does that bug you? It certainly bugs me. Well, if you'd like to start having your text answered, hang with me. I might have a little something for you right after this. Hey there, it's Sean here, also known as Bits of Real Panther. I hope your day is nothing but smooth sailing. If you are new to my channel, I invite you to subscribe and to ring that little notifications bell so that you, that's right, you, can be the very first to peruse the collection of virtual wolf pelts and sheepskins that I bring to the table every Tuesday. In fact, today's trappings address the issue of composing your text in such a way that they are more likely to elicit a reply from the receiver. Now, we all know these people who receive our text but routinely do not bother to reply back. Rude? I think so, but it is what the culture has become. Now, since we cannot change this culture, we are forced in to change our approach. Either we can simply quit writing texts, which is not really a viable option in the modern world, or we can compose those texts using tricks that practically guarantee a response. On this latter point, I have for you several suggestions, working from the most to perhaps the least obvious. Okay, the first trick is pretty much a no-brainer. Whenever you send someone a text, you should understand the circumstances of that receiver. For example, if you know that Bill is in an all-day business meeting, then sending Bill a text during that time is very unlikely to garner a response from him. Or say Sally works the graveyard shift and sleeps all afternoon. Well, sending Sally a text at noon not only will probably not get you a reply, but also it probably will piss off Sally. And believe you me, Sally is the last person that you want to piss off. Like I said, tip 1 is pretty much a no-brainer. The second trick is to express a level of urgency simply by including in your text something like, "Hey liver dick, I need a reply right away," or by writing your text in all capital letters. Now, if the receiver does not reply to this particular text, then either he or she has a valid reason, or you might want to reevaluate your relationship with that person. The third trick is to preface the significant text with an initial but separate question. Rather than simply sending someone a joke, you pose them the question, "Hey, you want to hear something funny?" Now the receiver, curious, will be forced to reply back. Common questions I like to use are, "Hey, what are you up to right now? Hey, are you working? Hey, are you busy?" It is that element of curiosity that incites a response from the receiver. The fourth and final trick to getting your text answered is to always send a preliminary text in the form of a redacted document. Now, we've all seen those redacted papers. Most of the pertinent information is missing. Well, that same system is very effective at encouraging the receiver of your text to reply back. You essentially send only the least important information first and then wait for a response to send the rest. Now, using the example from the beginning of this video, you would not write, "Hey, Radio Shack is having a sale on cat crap for $2 off," but instead you would write, "Hey, I just found out about a sale you might be interested in." Notice that this last example has none of the necessary information, thereby forcing the receiver to respond. Okay, I hope you gleaned at least something useful from this video, and if you did, please remember to flick that like button and post your feedback in the comments section below. Also, and lastly, we have the word of the day, stolen from Hillary Clinton's emails, that's not true, and brought to you by these two sexy videos right here. And that video word is Tellerol. teleral of or relating to the Earth. Keep your eye on the prize, and I will see you next time.